Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Probably a hard one to talk to because it's never fun to watch your side lose. Well, I didn't watch it, but I was keeping a slight track of it. To the point that even as a Swans fan, it was fun cheering on a point or us just kicking a solitary goal. I know that 71-0, it wasn't fun, but and the first behind finding out that it was actually, I believe, a 50-metre shot at goal that was punched through because it fell short of the line. There were many bad things that happened in this game, many records, many things that you didn't think was possible. I didn't think it was possible in the first quarter to go a whole quarter without even touching the ball inside your own forward 50. But that happened. So yeah, just plenty of things. The Swans absolutely had a shocker in, and just a day to forget. And I think it just shows that that there was a level of complacency within the Swans coming round about 15 or so, and it's been found out since the bye effectively. And now they're back with the pack, and a lot of my analysis early saying they're going to run away with this, etc., etc. It's, I guess, been proven false in a way or something. I guess it's been proven false, and this is just going to be a hard one to make a video to do, but at least I wasn't watching this game actively as I was doing other stuff, which was probably a good weekend to do it. In a sense, it's always good to have a weekend where you just get away from everything. But anyway, let's try and make this video. But the thing here is, looking at this, Butters, Rosie, Butters I think had a did you have something taken, or was it Rosie that had something taken away? So I swear someone scored 130. Maybe I was looking at something else. Butters 39, 30, 30, 29. I don't really see a tag, and this is the problem now. We talk about Swans midfielders, midfield struggling to score on the Swans. I swear this is flipped. If I go to, where is it? Last 5. Let's look at this. Sydney have suddenly minus 3.33. Here we go. And then the last couple of weeks, pretty much every midfielder except for Bont and Libba got subbed out, I believe. Was that Libba get subbed out in another game? But yeah, they put a tag on Neil. But aside from that, I don't think they put a tag on. They put a tag on Sheasel. They put a tag on Neil. But then these last 2 weeks, they have not put a tag on. And I'm just wondering, what are we doing? We put 2 tags on in about 6 weeks. And we've lost 4 out of the 5 times that we haven't put a tag on or something like that. It's just like, can we just put a tag on the best player? Like, why didn't we put it? Or at least if we put a tag on, James Jordan just sucked. But I don't think we did, just off the what I've been hearing, etc. So yeah, didn't put a tag on Butters, and he went nuts. Surprise. Like, we haven't played Port this year, but I'm pretty sure we played him last year. Butters struggled because we put a tag on. Houston, he went off. 60-point last quarter. He had 24, 4, and 2 goals as well. So, yeah, he just had a really good game in general, and that sucks. Rosie, 27 touches, 8 marks, 5 tackles, and a goal. Butters was 30 touches, 5 marks, 8 tackles. They literally put 27 touches plus 30, so 57 touches between them, 13 marks, 13 tackles, 1 goal, 3. Who would have thought that a midfield without a tag going on could, one of the best midfields in the comp, just run straight through the Swans? Drew, 117, 41, 33, 30, 13. He had 32, 6 and 6. He's probably one of the more underrated players in the comp, and I think that's just because he's got a midfield in front of him of Rosie, Butters, and Horne-Francis, but he is severely underrated. And he's having a really decent season as well, and standing up when matters. Ollie Wines as well, another huge game from him. He had 31, 5, 3, and a goal. So another midfielder just running straight through the Swans. Farrell, 96. Horne-Francis, 95. And he only basically played a half. 30, 29, 16, 10. 27 touches, 4 marks, and a goal. Georgiades took the piss out of Aaron Francis. He had 14, 8, and 4 goals. Rioli, he kicked 4 as well. Bergman, he had 14 touches and 11 marks, and absolutely, I'm pretty sure dominated on the likes of, I think it was he on Laddams or something? I don't even know. Mead, 19, 6, 19 touches, 6 marks. just keep the going on. Burgoyne, 18 touches and 6 marks. Charlie Dixon, he kicked 3 somehow. Had a stinker against Carlton, played well against Richmond, had a stinker against Gold Coast, injured against Carlton, I believe. Stinker, but when he turns up to face the Swans, he kicks 3. Sweet as well, 22 hitouts and a goal. Lachlan Jones, 14, 8 marks. Radicalizia, he kicked 1 goal, 4. He could have honestly made this a lot more of a disgusting margin. They had 38 shots to 11. 27 more shots. Like, this game was over, basically, 2 minutes into the second quarter or something like that. Alir, he just absolutely blanketed this one's tall forwards. Zirk Thatcher, he had a good game. And he's one of the worst key defenders, like, for, I think, free kicks or goals kicked on him in the league. So for that to happen, it pretty much shows how effective they were. Evans, Burn-Jones, and Narkle. Then we just go to the Swans. Errol Gordon, 101. He's still standing up, although the thing is, he puts up good fantasy scores, but his kicking efficiency, his turnovers are absolutely horrific sometimes. So I wouldn't be surprised if I looked at this and found that he had quite the bad turnovers, etc. I don't even want to, but I sort of have to check. Let me just check this. Errol Goulden, he had a disposal efficiency of 64%, 6 turnovers. So yeah, the usual pro Errol Goulden game. Matty Roberts, he had a 93-pointer, 20 touches, 5 marks, 5 tackles. It seems like he's been doing that the last couple of weeks, and he's been playing all right. I would say that he's probably just going to be a mainstay in the Swans lineup now. But 93 wasn't really fancy relevant. But again, him, 80% disposal efficiency sounds good, but for Roberts, probably actually a little bit down. 4 turnovers. I know he had 9 turnovers and 4 clangers in the last game where he went off against the Western Bulldogs. Brody Grundy had a stinker, only 15 touches and 3 tackles and a little bit low on his hitouts. Chad Warner, he did basically a first quarter, then just stuffed off. I think Rowbottom, I saw he was had an injury symbol next to him. I don't know what went on there. Blakey, 72. Don't think he had the best disposal use. You know, you could just go on and on and on about it. Disposals for he went at 68%. Isaac Heaney, he had a stinker as well, 17 touches, 3 tackles. He still kicked a goal, but still, again, just nothingness. Adams, Fox, Mills, he looks underdone and cooked. I don't know why we didn't play him in the VFL first, because we had to sub him out in his first game back, and then he DMP'd, and then he came back for the Bulldogs game, and he hasn't looked that good. Need him at half back, honestly. Lloyd's, again, he's been pretty good this year, but he just had a stinker. Florent, he's been having a stinker the last about 6 weeks. McLean just kicked 2 goals, did pretty much what McLean should do. That's a McLean game, and it was all right. Hayward with 11 and 1, needs to get that tackle pressure up. McCartan, I think he got doused by, who was the other keys? I don't know who exactly he played on because I didn't watch too much of this game. Francis got his butt kicked. Laddams, he had 6 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles, 10 hitouts, and 0 goals, 1. What was the point of playing him? Honestly, what was the point? McDonald, he had 6 touches, and yeah, he just had a stinker. 3 marks, 3 tackles. Sam Wicks, no point playing him. 6 touches, 4 tackles, 1 and a miss. So what was the point of playing Sam Wicks? He just provided absolutely nothing as well. And then James Jordan down here has provided nothing these last couple of weeks. Look at the difference here. 70s, 60 as a low, 77, 53, 50s, etc. And then these last couple of weeks here, 43, 62, 72, 61, 44, 31. He's just fallen off a cliff. And then Corey Warner, when it's not going your way and you just cannot get it out even into the wings. Sam Wicks, disposal efficiency, 33, turnovers, 3. He was shocking. As simple as that. The whole game was a shock for the Swans. They look a shell of themselves, overconfidence. Was probably a mainstay of what was happening. As in they could claw back the margins at quarter time. It was 45 zip at quarter time. Yeah, massive problems. They have no backup to Will Hayward, literally in the whole squad. That is a actual marking forward. They have no good enough small forward. Wicks is just there because he's a quote-unquote small forward. Chad Warner's numbers outside of the contest are actually pretty horrific. I don't know what his contested possession numbers were in the game this week, but he had 5 contested possessions out of 19. He just doesn't get the ball enough in the middle. I would honestly be putting Chad Warner at half forward, putting Will Hayward in the small forward spot, given that he's a better pressure forward than Sam Wicks, and then putting a Gus Sheldrick or a Caden Cleary or someone in that midfield role as an actual midfielder and using them as a midfielder so that Chad Warner can use his half forward and his marking ability up forward rather than having to basically play Will Hayward until he's like dead, because he's played 85 out of the last 90 games or something like that. He barely has missed for 4 years, and we are lucking out because of that. Also, I can't wait to just have Dane Rampy in the back line over Aaron Francis, or just play a Will Edwards. If they're good enough, they're good enough. Don't just keep on playing these experienced guys like Laddams and also like Francis and also Sam Wicks. If they're just going to put up stinker after stinker after stinker, give the new guys, like, if you're going to not debut them, how are they actually going to gain experience? So I'm just frustrated, to be honest. A little bit annoyed, and yeah, I'm starting to think that it's probably the last year for John Longmire. I will say that Sydney, it's going to be an interesting fantasy prospect next year with, I suspect, Callum Mills, maybe Luke Parker, although I don't rate Luke Parker's chances because I do think that they'll go for a quicker midfield, as their midfield at the moment is being shown out with the likes of Chad Warner sort of also not really playing that much of a role in the actual midfield. Heaney's just slow at the moment. He's just battered. You've got Taylor Adams and also Luke Parker playing a little bit of a role in there. They just need someone that's quick. You've got Sheldrick and you've got Cleary waiting in the wings. Sometimes you just got to give him the time. But, and also James Jordan isn't playing much on ball at the moment. And also missing the likes of Justin McInerney, who just creates speed, is massively underpinning that, as well as Tom Papley. So they're just looking a little bit slow in that midfield. I just think that the fantasy prospects next year for Sydney will be interesting. With Corey Warner, I think is definitely a prospect too. If he gets regular game time, can influence at an average 50 or so. And he is priced now at, I would suspect it's going to be in the, 42, 59 plus a 26 and 34. So that's 60 plus 40, so 108, 102, and then 161 plus 8 is 169 divided by 5 is like a 32 or a 34. A 34 is an interesting point for Corey Warner to come in at, because I think he can average 55 or 60. Then you've also got Sheldrick and Caden Cleary, and then also the positional changes of potentially Mills getting enough time forward this year to only shift back next year. So that'll into the back line as he plays better as a half backer. That's pretty much it for the Swans. You could also see them draft someone, but there is potential that they draft another tall, as well as Cochrane coming in the academy. So, not looking the greatest for Sydney prospects at the moment, but obviously we'll find out next year. And something's got to change. Some injection's got to happen. And if I'm being honest, it's probably a Nick Blakey injection at the point we're looking at now, because Heaney's had good games and the rest of the team's played horrific. So I think it's Nick Blakey having one of those games where he just goes electric, runs through, creates some run. That's going to be the almost a circuit breaker, basically, as it seems like that's the one that could do it. But anyway, if you did enjoy that video, if you were a non-Swans fan, then remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on for future videos. And I can't wait to get onto a new video, but I'll see you guys in that one. Bye, guys.